Welcome to Salt and Sand, featuring Koa and Sandman. Let your worries drift away as you sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode.
Hello, and welcome back to Salt and Sand. We are in our second season of this podcast, and we are so excited to get started. We have so many ideas. There are going to be 14 episodes in this season, and this is going to be the first one that you're listening to. The theme of today's episode is childhood nostalgia, specifically focusing on TV shows. So before we get into that, let's talk about you guys. Like, what have you guys been up to? What's been going on? I know it's been a long time since the viewers have been able to hear you guys.
A lot has happened. And that's what Lindsay and Sandy and I were talking about, was just the amount of literal crap that Lindsay and I have been through, especially over the last couple of weeks, has been insane. Life has been crazy. But also lots of good things have happened. So we have just been grinding the content creation. We have been door dashing through the snow. JK, there's no snow yet. But we have been door dashing to make some extra money. We did Rover once and took care of some dogs. That was fun for once, and we're not going to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then
not for a bad reason. Not for a bad reason. It's just
no, it wasn't bad. Just
we do better door dashing, and yeah,
we just don't ever want to do it again. So it's nothing serious.
What about you, Sandy?
Just been working. Put your head down and just working. Not on content creation. Okay, we ain't gonna get into that. But just
yes,
working,
we are.
Just working at my job that I've been working at for now officially for about a year.
Oh wow!
You worked a whole year in one day today.
It felt like it. It really did feel like it. Like I got out today. Like I go in when the sun is going up, and then by the time I leave, it's already dark. I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, just working and trying to just get a bag or two. Mm-hmm. Not like a Patrick Mahomes bag, but just a little bit of bag, a little stack, maybe. But yeah, that's basically all I've been up to. Nothing too crazy.
Nice. Just busy working, lots of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So my first question for you guys, and what our whole episode is centering around, is what was your guys' favorite childhood TV show? Whenever you think about being a kid, because for this nostalgia series, we're going to specifically focus between the ages of kindergarten and 6th grade. What TV show stands out to you in your mind?
I have multiple. Can I list multiple?
You can, but I want you to narrow it down to like your favorite.
God dang. All right. So the first one that came to my mind was Pokemon.
Okay.
I would legit wake up early on Saturdays, and looking back, I know my mom had to hate that. like you woke up every day early to go to school, and now you're going to wake up at 7 a.m. to watch Pokemon. I sure did. I got up. That's when the new episodes came on. So I would wake up and I would watch those every Saturday morning. Probably like high key in the bathroom. Listen, we can get into this for a minute. We had a small TV in the bathroom, and it was so tiny, but we got the local channels on it, and on channel probably like 27 is where that came on, and I'd watch that. So Pokemon came to mind.
Okay, hold on. I got a question.
Uh-oh.
Was the TV like level with the toilet seat, so when you sit down you can watch, or where the hell was the TV? The fact that you have a TV in the bathroom in the first place.
God dang! Listen, Sandy,
this is news to me.
Okay, listen.
We're gonna speed past this, okay?
Listen, I'm gonna defend myself. Listen, it wasn't my idea, but I also wasn't opposed. So we would. So forever we just had a little stand in there, and we had a space heater, a little space heater that went underneath that. And so it was pretty cozy, like to take a shower, especially in the wintertime. You'd crank that dude on, it'd get nice and warm in there, you go shower.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got a small. I'm talking maybe like a 10-inch, a 12-inch TV. It was small, but like it was a box TV. It didn't listen. It didn't have silent. Let's see. Stop.
A fork in the back to pick up the reception.
Hey, it was a nice fork. Okay, I had to eat with my hands after that. But yeah, it was there honestly to poop, so you could watch TV while you went to the bathroom. And Sandy, it was eye level if you were sitting on the toilet, yo. It was mad comfy.
Before the age of phones, I just grabbed the shampoo bottle and read the back of it like a normal person. I didn't have a TV in there or anything. Like,
don't hate on my innovation.
I'm not hating on the innovation. Like, man, I wish I had a camera so you guys could have seen my reaction when you smoothly said that you had a TV in the bathroom. Like,
listen, and so when it was like, listen, so every morning it's fluffing 6:30, me and my brother get up and go sit in the bathroom on the floor,
right up against pooping.
Right? Whoa, definitely not. We get right up in front of it, right in front of that little stand with the space heater, and watch Pokemon, yo. Oh, anyway, that one's pretty special. Moving on. All these other shows I watch not on the pot. So then I thought about, oh geez, Ed, and Eddie.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites all time. So funny, so stupid, right up my alley. And then Codename Kids Next Door. Whew, sorry.
That's a good show.
Love that show. I'm a Cartoon Network kid. Lindsay, you're probably going to ask that later. I probably just fluffed that up. But I loved Cartoon Network. That's my absolute favorite. Those are the three in my mind. I think I would go, man, like all of them had such a big phase in my life of like where I just binge watch the heck out of them. And I don't want to go any further because I might be going like towards middle school type age. So I'm going to roll. I'm just going to say Ed, and Eddie. I'll put that one. I'll say that was my favorite.
Okay.
Solid choices. Solid choices.
Sandy, yours can't be as entertaining as that, but
oh no, I want to be able to follow up the fact that you have a TV in the. I can't follow that up, but hey, I will say, like, so whenever the questions were put in about like childhood TV shows, one show came to mind that I always watched. I made sure to be in front of the TV to watch, and it was SpongeBob, bro. That's such a classic cartoon on Nickelodeon. Every time that would pop up, I'm glued onto the TV. That was like one of my all-time favorite childhood TV shows. The amount of SpongeBob themed birthday parties I had whenever I was a kid, and then I stopped having birthday parties because I just grew out of that phase. Anyways, this SpongeBob, such a classic cartoon, like I said, will forever be an amazing cartoon that I could watch to this day, if I'm being honest. The new episodes I haven't checked out. I've heard mixed reviews about it, so I kind of stay away from that. But give me some old SpongeBob, I'll watch it this day. Other TV shows, Ross mentioned one, Ed, and Eddie. It was like an amazing TV show. I love that as well. When I was a kid, I thought it was great. When I watch it now, I think the developers were on like something when they were producing it. But we didn't know any better when we were younger. Let's be honest. We thought it was completely normal. But that's what a lot of kids shows now that we look back at when we're older and we're just like, this is what we watched.
Yo, and like the adult like snuck in jokes in there that you catch. You're like, what the heck?
The amount of YouTube compilations you see of that is kind of insane. The fact that there's actually compilations upon compilations, kind of stuff like that, kind of crazy. But those are like honestly the only two TV shows that come to mind whenever I think of my childhood TV shows. Like there were some shows I watched here and there that I enjoyed, but like those two were like elite level TV shows.
Elite.
Nice. Yeah, I know every time I would watch Ed and Eddie, I would always look at those Jawbreakers and just be so jealous because they looked so good.
I just wanted one of their scams to go right so they could get a Jawbreaker because, like you said, they looked so good. Like, like thinking back, their little like ear was sticking off the side of their head. Like I was like, oh, I want that so bad.
You'd have to dislocate your jaw.
In cartoons, look amazing.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, so good.
That is true. All the food in
Krabby
every
Patties.
cartoon. Krabby Patties.
Yeah.
Pretty Patties.
Pretty Patties. Ooh.
So good.
And even if you want to extend it further, like I'm not an anime guy, but I've seen clips of like food in anime, and it just looks amazing.
Like low-key in Pokemon, when they give the Pokemon the food, be like, yo, give me a bite of that. That looks bomb.
Yeah,
Like,
looks amazing.
ugh.
Even like a glass of milk. Like I always see it. That's actually one TV show I forgot to mention. Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry
snap.
was like, I can't believe I forgot that. I love that show. Like like every time you see like a big old glass of milk, I'm just like, dang, I want some milk now.
That one episode, Lindsay, I think we talked about this, where that mouse, the gray mouse, is dipping the cracker in his bowl and eating it.
Aristocats, though.
I think it's off both. I'm pretty sure, but like, yeah. But we talked about Aristocats. That's a movie.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, I think about they dip the cracker in the milk. I'm like, that sounds bomb. And like, if you put that in real life, you're like, if you dip a cracker in milk, you might be a serial killer.
Maybe you may need to take a trip to the ER or something. Like I don't know what would happen.
You may get explosive diarrhea. We're not sure at this juncture. We're not sure.
We do not
Welcome to Factor
condone.
Cap.
We do not condone experimenting with food like that.
Yes.
Do not
we get paid to.
Do not try it and then go to the hospital and explain to the doctor, well, listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
And they talked about this.
They made it sound pretty good, so I thought, what? No, we are telling you right now, do not do that, okay?
Don't put your crackers in your milk.
I don't need that Twitter DM.
No.
You freaks.
We don't need it.
Nope.
Okay, so you guys both... My next question was, why was the show special to you? And, like, why did you love it? But I feel like you both kind of already explained
Yeah, I kind of got
why
into
you
that.
loved it. So I'm going to throw in a different question that we didn't talk about. And I'm going to ask you, so from the ages of kindergarten through 6th grade, what is one movie that you saw in your childhood that you really loved? Still relating to TV, but what's one movie that stands out to you?
You're asking the wrong guy when it comes to movies.
I'll say, here's what I'll say, and it goes with one of my favorite shows, Pokemon. I'll remember when that first movie came out. Maybe it's the second movie. I don't know. It was one of the first or second. Okay, Pokemon 3 was heat. But is it probably the worst movie ever? And it could be, but I loved it. And so that's the one that jumps out from my brain.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting here trying to think of one, and then it just came to me. The Goofy movie.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
That was such a good movie. Honestly, I was thinking about that like about a month ago. I was like, I want to rewatch that movie now.
We've watched it a few times since we've been married.
Is it on like a streaming service?
It's on Disney Plus.
I still have yet to get Disney Plus. I really need to. I've been telling myself I need to get it. I just haven't yet.
Get it, and you need to watch Mandalorian and Goofy movie. Sorry, we gotta stay on kid shows. Goofy movie, rewatch it.
Yeah.
I need to. But yeah, that was a great movie.
What was your favorite scene from a Goofy movie, Sandy?
Oh man, probably the I'd have to say the concert scene was amazing.
The soundtrack in that whole movie is bomb.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like Powerline. Yeah, I got so many Powerline shirts. Whew.
To this day.
I mean, recently, seeing it eye to eye.
Can I just talk about how the pizza looked in the movie?
Oh my lord!
The amount of cheese.
And when he put the spray cheese.
Yeah, dude, I wanted spray cheese. Now I remember watching that movie. I was like, I need a can of spray cheese right now.
And spray cheese is so trash in real life.
It really is.
That movie made me want a waterbed with goldfish in it. And it made me want like a big hot tub. Like, oh my gosh.
That movie's so good, yo.
I think my favorite scene was probably when Bigfoot had the underwear on his head. And he looked through the crotch hole. And then he's like dancing with underwear.
Yeah, he gets the headphones on his head. And isn't it playing like Staying Alive or something?
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah.
It's so dope.
Okay, so we've talked about your guys' favorite childhood TV shows. We've talked about your favorite childhood movie and why that stood out to you. So now, something that we've done different with the podcast is I actually sent out a questionnaire before time to get the viewers' opinions on their favorite childhood TV shows. And we got a ton of options. So what I did was I narrowed it down specifically to 16 TV shows that were voted on the most frequently. And what we've done is we put those 16 into a bracket, like a tournament style bracket, and we're going to have you guys talk about each of these shows and narrow it down, talk about which one is better. And then we're going to decide out of all of these kid shows that the viewers have picked, in your opinion, which you guys believe is the best. So I've shared that Google slide with you guys. So if you open that up, we're going to talk about the specific TV shows that are on this. So first up is Courage the Cowardly Dog, which is a Cartoon Network show. Then we have SpongeBob SquarePants, which is Nickelodeon. Ben 10, is that Nickelodeon?
Cartoon Network.
That's
OG.
Cartoon Network.
OG. So Ben 10 is Cartoon Network. Cat Dog is Nickelodeon. Johnny Test, is that Nickelodeon or
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network. Fairly Odd Parents is Nickelodeon. Adventure Time, which is
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network. Okay, so for this one, we had some people saying Go Diego Go. We had some people saying Dora the Explorer. Since we're cousins, we kind of just put them together. So we combined the two here, and I believe that's a like Nick Jr. Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids.
Yep.
Mhm.
That is Cartoon Network, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
But then we have Kim Possible, which is Disney. Then we have the OG Teen Titans, Cartoon Network. Then we have the regular show, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Yu-Gi-Oh! Then we have Hannah Montana, which is obviously Disney. And Ed, Edd and Eddie, which is Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that we are looking at today. So first off, we've got SpongeBob going against Hannah Montana.
Man, easy.
Wait,
Easy dub.
so talk about both.
Both?
And then talk about which one you're choosing and why.
Sandy, I'll let you lead it off.
Okay. I mean, we just had a conversation of SpongeBob being one of my favorite cartoon shows growing up. Hannah Montana, I actually enjoyed as well. I enjoyed watching it growing up. It was such a great show, you know, with the whole cast and everything. Miley Cyrus before she started riding wrecking balls and twerking on Robin Thicke. But before all that happened, it was a great show. Would I say it's like one of the best shows for like Disney standpoint? Yeah, I think it was the best shows at Disney. Not like, I wouldn't say like all time. I wouldn't say that was one of my favorites all time. I would say that SpongeBob is, like I just said. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go with SpongeBob on this one.
Okay.
This is a no-brainer. Okay, Hannah Montana, you're gonna get put in the trash can where you deserve to be. Okay, guess where you are without Miley Cyrus? Nowhere. That's right. Guess where SpongeBob is without SpongeBob? It'd be really weird. Okay, but the cast in SpongeBob works so well together. That is a show, I could watch that show right now and I will laugh until I cry. There are so many good episodes. There's musical episodes. There's action-packed episodes. There's just random funny things that happen throughout. Like, there's so many quotable moments. When's the last time somebody quoted Hannah Montana to you? Never. Exactly. SpongeBob. It's simple, 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 simple.
Okay.
And SpongeBob has a section in the Discord and emotes. Hannah Montana don't.
That is
Also
true.
true. It'd be pretty bad if we just dumped it right.
We are pretty biased towards SpongeBob.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go to the other side of the bracket. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody versus Yu-Gi-Oh!
I'm gonna be real. I only watched Yu-Gi-Oh! I faintly dipped my toes in Sweet Life. I could not get interested in it. Here's my issue with these live Disney shows where there's actual people. The laugh track constantly, or it seems to be constantly, like they won't let you think to laugh. You have to be programmed. You hear like, ah, ha, ha, that was a good moment. You know what I'm saying? That's my issue with Disney shows that are live action. Like Kim Possible to me is miles better than Hannah Montana and Sweet Life. Just being real and honest. We're gonna get to that in a second, but Yu-Gi-Oh is the only one that I genuinely watched and put time into, so I'm gonna be biased towards that one. So I say Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously.
Okay.
So this is gonna be interesting because Yu-Gi-Oh is a show that I didn't watch. I watched a lot more Sweet Life than anything. Yu-Gi-Oh, just those type of shows like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and like Dragon Ball Z, I never got into. I don't know why. I don't know what it was, but I would give it a shot. I don't want people to say like, oh, you didn't give it a shot. I did not enjoy it. So for this one, obviously, I'm going to go Sweet Life.
Okay. So you're each kind of picking a different one.
Yep. So in the event of a tie, Lindsay, your opinion must be known so we can pick a winner.
I personally liked both of these shows. Like, I'll be honest. I liked Sweet Life of Zach and Cody because it was about these two brothers that lived in this suite, and like they're always doing these shenanigans. Mr. Mosby, you gotta love him. He's super funny. But then you have Yu-Gi-Oh, which is all about like magic and these creatures and battling, and it's just a whole different type of show. You've got like anime style versus reality TV-ish style. So they're two very different things. So I think since I'm kind of on the fence here, we're going to do like a rock, paper, scissors.
What?
So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go. And right after I say go, you guys are going to say rock, paper, scissors.
Simple.
Okay?
Simple.
But you have to blurt it right after I say go.
Easy. Okay. Got it.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Rock.
Paper.
God dang it.
Okay, so Sweet Life is moving on.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I immediately regret winning.
I don't know how I feel about that. On a rock, paper, scissors? Okay. Interesting way to go.
Okay.
I mean, real talk. Listen, neither one of those two is going to make it to the end. All right.
Most likely not, no.
I just think both are good for different reasons. That's why I couldn't really go with a clear winner there. Okay, going back to the other side, Adventure Time versus Ed, Edd and Eddy.
I think this is an easy choice. I'm just saying.
So we just take this time to flame Adventure Time. Adventure Time is weird and not good. Like all these shows have a quality of being weird and good. Adventure Time is weird and not good.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to watch it a few times. Everyone is so hype about Adventure Time, and I just hate it with all of my being. It is not a good show. It has never been a good show. I don't think there's been a good moment. Ed, Edd and Eddy, you can watch one episode, and if you combine all of Adventure Time's episodes, it's not even as good as that one Ed, Edd and Eddy episode. Fluff Adventure Time.
Okay, Sandy.
Sorry.
Adventure Time. Okay, anyway. Adventure Time, I think is only good for like that one TikTok audio. That's about it. And I talked about this before we started recording. I was like, dude, the newer Cartoon Network shows aren't that good. To me personally, they're just not that good. And me and Ross are both on record earlier saying that Ed, Edd and Eddy was some of our favorite TV shows growing up. So it's clearly a winner here in Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Easy dub.
Easy dub.
Get it out. And Eddy moves on. I know some people that are going to be sad about that one, but I mean, listen, I have to totally agree. Ed, Edd and Eddy is just, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, going back to the other side, we've got Dora the Explorer or Go Diego Go versus Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids.
I feel like both Dora and Go Diego Go are good shows. They're good quality shows. Mm-hmm. And then you turn 5. So, and then you move on to all these other shows. because Dora and DX set you up and teaches you some stuff, so then you can get to these other shows. So you can give it props. But Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids on Cartoon Network, great show, great characters. I always had a blast watching this. So I don't think there's a bad episode I got to say about this show. It's an easy choice for me, Foster's Home.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we had talked about this kind of before, but I remember watching Dora, and then I also remember growing up, and my mom babysat kids, and they were younger, they were under 5, and we would watch Dora, and I remember sitting there going, "This is mind numbing." like this is not worth my time. Do you see the bridge, and you're looking at a volcano and like a water fountain and a bridge? You're like, no, where's it at, Dora? Like
you're the explorer. Come on.
You had to explore. Like, if Dora didn't have you, where was she gonna go? Nowhere fast. And I agree with Sandy. Dora and Diego. I didn't really dabble in Diego like that. I just remember Dora, and Dora had good moments, and like there were, they had the nice little songs and whatnot. But man, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends was another show that I loved. There was Blue, there's Eduardo, there's Wilt, there's Coco, the weird crazy bird thing. There's
that would lay eggs, and inside the eggs would be prizes and all this stuff. Come on, bro.
It was so crazy. Listen, and I don't honestly remember, but I think the finale to that was incredibly sad.
I don't remember, honestly.
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I feel like it was crazy sad, and I kind of want to go.
I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I would too. Foster's easily wins this for me. Okay. Easily.
So it's Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
Yeah, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Okay, I was saying kids. My bad.
No, you're good. I thought you said that, and I said, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds right. Let's go with kids. It's like
and that's like, wait, imaginary kids. Hold up.
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, imaginary friends.
All right.
There we go.
So Foster's moves on. Okay, going back to the other side. We have, this is an interesting one.
This is tough.
I could see some people getting heated over this. We've got OG Ben 10, and we've got OG Teen Titans.
This is tough.
People are going to be pissed at this.
Yes.
No, people are going to be pissed at this and what I'm about to say.
Uh-oh.
I didn't dabble into Ben 10.
Ooh.
I didn't watch it. Never piqued my interest. Honestly, it never did. I gave it a shot, and I thought it wasn't bad. I didn't think it was oh my god, amazing. I thought it was a decent show, but something that if I had an option between like Ben 10 and Ed and Eddie, I'm picking Ed and Eddie 10 out of 10.
Woo.
Honestly, Ben 10 never piqued the interest. Teen Titans. That show for me, really good. The OG one, obviously. Really good, really great, really awesome. I've been actually meaning to rewatch the whole series again. I think I found a website that, I mean, I probably shouldn't talk about that. It's illegal. But anyway, I found a place where I could rewatch it. So I may actually rewatch that series. I've been meaning to do that.
Where you pay to watch cartoons. Yeah, obviously.
yeah, totally. Anyway, but yeah, it's not that hard of a choice for me, Teen Titans.
Okay,
let me flip the script and dip the chip on you real quick. Ben 10 was such a good show. You know what's better than Teen Titans? OG? Switch that around. Teen Titans Go is low-key better than Teen Titans OG.
Teen Titans Go does not get the credit it deserves.
Teen Titans Go is so funny. People hate on Teen Titans Go a lot. And you know what? I might like it better than Teen Titans OG. Teen Titans OG I love. Teen Titans Go I love. I watched recently.
I personally like it better too.
When Lindsay and I go to Florida and we're looking for stuff to put on the TV, if Teen Titans Go is on, it's on the TV. Okay? So for that reason, and let me talk about Ben 10. Ben 10 is so dope. He gets a wrist bracelet thing that lets him turn into different kinds of monsters. He's got one like muscular dude with 4 arms. He's like a diamond dude. He's got so many cool things he turns into. Yo, I'm going Ben 10.
Okay, so we have another tiebreaker here.
All right, Lindsay.
I have not seen either of these shows. I'll be totally honest.
Uh,
I have not seen
We're
Ben
going
10
to another rock
OG.
paper scissors.
I have not seen Teen Titans OG just because I feel like they're more like the boy shows, you know? But yeah, we're going to have to rock, paper, scissors again. So after I say go, you're going to blurt out your response, okay?
The credibility of this bracket.
1, 2, 3, go.
Rock. I just would have got paper again, bro. I didn't think we were going to the same thing.
Here we go again.
Okay, so you both said rock.
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Scissors.
Scissors.
God damn.
Oh my lord. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Rock.
Scissors.
Let's go.
All right, Ben 10.
baby.
I thought you were going to do the rotation and say paper.
I was like, I'm just going to go back to rock. I don't even care.
So Ben 10 moves on.
Oh, what a fight. What a struggle.
The credibility, Lindsay.
It's legitimate. I know. It's just...
Honestly, this is definitive. You cannot argue with this.
Listen, you guys can't get mad while you're listening to this. We are doing our best out here, okay? Like, we're trying, all right? And second of all, if you are getting mad, you should have voted for these shows more and they would be higher up, okay? They wouldn't be this low in the count to vote for, all right? You guys voted these shows to be in the spots that they're at. So you can't be mad at me. You guys
theoretical people who are mad.
Yeah.
It's also
please leave the podcast on. We love you.
Yeah, love you. Kisses, hugs. All right.
It is also It is also 1:40 in the morning the time recording this. So
we're a little out there.
Brains are kind of fried.
Yes. This one is going to hurt me, but I'm not going to say much till later. Okay. We have Johnny Test versus Kim Possible.
Kim Possible.
Okay.
Johnny Test.
I watched both. I really enjoy Johnny Test. But the top 3 iconic cartoon intro like theme songs, Kim Possible.
I'm your basic average girl.
See, it's Kim Possible is so good. And listen, I watched Johnny Test like that. I was a Cartoon Network kid. Johnny Test was a good show in a not very good era of Cartoon Network. Like, I love Johnny Test, but Kim Possible is the one Disney show I made sure to go over to Disney to watch. Kim Possible was so good. I loved Kim Possible. Kim Possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Johnny Test here. Johnny Test, I watched, I enjoyed. Kim Possible, another hot take alert. I didn't watch it. I'm gonna be honest. I did not watch Kim Possible.
Dang.
And it's again, I gave it a shot. I thought it was good, but I don't know why. I just avoided it for some reason or another. Younger me was like, I'm not gonna watch this show for some reason. I really don't know, but just because of that, I'm gonna go with Johnny Test.
Okay. This tiebreaker is very easy for me to break. I love Kim Possible. Like, I live for Kim Possible. I still watch Kim Possible on Disney Plus. Like, she's a superhero, yet she's just like an average teen.
Just your basic average girl.
Yeah. And she's got a guy best friend whose name is Ron, who's hilarious. And then he's got a naked mole rat as a freaking pet. Like, what the crap? And then they fight like this evil doctor, and then they fight Shigo, and Shigo herself is like freaking lit. And then on top of all of that, on top of all of this, they're going to Bueno Nacho, eating like the most delicious like nachos and burritos I've ever seen in my entire life, to the point I wish like they existed. So for me, I'm gonna break this tie and we're gonna go Kim Possible.
Boom. Definitive.
See, I didn't watch the show and I know the song.
Call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
Andy, we gotta have a watch party so you can watch Kim Possible again.
We're gonna get you into it. You know what? I mean, to me, like in that era, you know, Powerpuff Girls was also a thing. I loved Powerpuff Girls. I'm mad that nobody voted for that because I think I love Powerpuff Girls.
Oh my god, I forgot about that show. That's a great show too.
Right, but you never wanted to admit that you watched it because you were a boy. You're like, I love Powerpuff Girls. Said no boy ever growing up.
That's a really solid point.
So
yeah, that was a great show
really
though.
Anyway,
okay, so moving back to the other side of the bracket, this one also hurts me. We've got Courage the Cowardly Dog, which is Cartoon Network, versus Cat Dog, which is Nickelodeon.
Cat Dog, not a bad show. Is it Courage the Cowardly Dog? No. Courage was so good. This dog is going to extreme lengths to fight off ghosts, demons, monsters, weird humans. Like anybody who came through nowhere, Kansas, always had an interest in this one house with this old man and this old woman who literally had nothing but a house and a truck. And for some reason, everybody needed to steal them or steal something from them, which I will never understand. But guess who was first up to bat? Courage. Even though Eustace was a jerk and was mean to Courage, Courage loved Muriel so much, he defended her at every turn. And Eustace. So, Courage wins by a mile.
Okay.
Return the slab.
Yeah, that one creeped me out for the longest time.
Yeah. Same here. I'm gonna go Courage. Cat Dog, didn't really watch. It didn't really interest me. I'm gonna be honest. Courage interests me a whole lot more just because of how crazy it was. Yeah, there were, like Ross said, there were some episodes that were like a little out there, and I was just like a little freaked out. But still, even though I was freaked out, could not get the eyes away from the TV. I loved watching it. Loved the whole show. Courage for me.
You had to see what he was going to defeat because you're like, I may have nightmares, but how's he going to pull it off this time?
Yeah.
Exactly. There was some like illustrations in that show. Like,
Man.
oh my goodness.
Goodness.
No, I mean, I totally agree. I loved Cat Dog. I thought it was a great show, but like Courage the Cowardly Dog, it destroys Cat Dog in this instance. Like you guys said, it was so good. It's a show you could watch today and not just think it was absolutely idiotic. Whereas I feel like if you watched Cat Dog today, you would be so annoyed by like Dog and Dog's personality. Whereas Courage, like my dad would watch Courage the Cowardly Dog with me and enjoy it. And we'd both be like, this episode's kind of freaky, but it would still be like hilarious,
I just feel like Cat Dog was just a bunch of silly stuff that happened.
Yeah,
there wasn't a rhyme or reason, it was just a random like, oh, hey, look, wouldn't this be a funny thing for them to do? They're a cat and a dog and they had to, no substance. Defend your family. Sorry.
I agree.
No, don't apologize.
Yeah, stick with it, man.
Yeah, defend your family, you trash, half, not even real animal.
Nice. Okay, we're going to go back to the other side of the bracket, and we have Fairly Oddparents, which is Nickelodeon, versus The Regular Show, which is Cartoon Network.
Yeah, again, for me, Fairly Oddparents for me. The newer Cartoon Network shows that I mentioned it earlier, newer Cartoon Network shows aren't that great compared to how the older ones were. So it's an easy choice for me. Fairly Oddparents, such a great show. To me, he's an average kid. Come on. Like when that comes on, come on. Come on, guys. Like your interest peaks, your ears perk up. You know what's about to happen. It's a great show, Fairly Oddparents for me.
Okay.
Again, Cartoon Network kid. I watched Regular Show. I really enjoyed Regular Show. I think it's a very slept on show. I think it was good. It was funny. I don't think it's as good as Fairly Oddparents. I think Fairly Oddparents That's a show that I would not try to watch, but if it came on, I would watch it. I feel, again, like there's more, just the stuff happening meant more, and it was more interesting. And whenever there's fairy godparents like doing all this stuff, that's more interesting than random animals being human-like things doing.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I
Like
agree.
you didn't know what to expect going into the episode.
Right. So I have not watched a whole lot of Fairly Odd Parents, but I've watched it enough to know that it's unfortunately better than regular show.
Okay. I agree with that one. I watched Fairly Odd Parents a lot. Like, I really liked that show. I thought it was hilarious. I thought Icky Vicky was horrible. Like, My Shiny Teeth in Me is absolutely iconic.
I legit was
Like,
singing that before we started recording.
Yep.
Sandy was literally singing that before. Like, I agree with that one. I have not seen the regular show at all, but yeah, Fairly Odd Parents. Okay. So we are moving on, and now
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
this is going to be a difficult one. You guys have SpongeBob going
Oh.
against Ed, and Eddie.
This should be the finals matchup.
Right, honestly.
Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my god.
It doesn't matter. If it goes to a tiebreaker, I know who wins this. That's the issue.
SpongeBob.
See, now it doesn't matter.
I had to get. I know it's at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, but I just had to throw my voice out there for the masses. SpongeBob for me. It's by the tiniest of margins. SpongeBob.
Right. I mean, this is a mega matchup. In my personal opinion, I agree. Here's what I'll say. I watched Ed, Edd n Eddy when I was a kid, and I really didn't watch SpongeBob like that. I watched SpongeBob later on, in my teens. And I watched Ed, Edd n Eddy. I watched them both, while I've been with Lindsay married, and we've, watched them and binged them both. I can say I probably have found myself laughing more at SpongeBob than at Ed, Edd n Eddy. So, just so we can make this less painful, I'll say SpongeBob.
I hate going against Ed, Edd n Eddy. And when I said SpongeBob, I felt something in my chest. I was like, oh, I just got stabbed in the heart.
I honestly, I feel the pain too, because I love both of these shows. They're so different, but yeah, I'm glad I didn't have to break this tie, because I totally agree. But
this was not going to go to a rock paper scissors. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
that was a painful one to me. That's probably gonna be the most painful one.
So long, gents.
All right, Ed, Edd n Eddy is officially out. Okay, now we're over here. Sweet Life of Zach and Cody versus Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
I already know what Ross is going to go.
Yes, sir.
I have a big feeling already. So go ahead, Ross. Go ahead.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids was for Imaginary Friends was so good.
Do you remember cheese?
Their show was so stupid and so dumb, but it was so funny because he was so stupid. I loved it. Just seeing imaginary friends portrayed like kids could actually have them was so cool, and seeing where a kid could step into it and see all the imaginary friends that had been abandoned or whatever was so cool. There were so many amazingly good moments. And again, I could never get into Sweet Life.
I'm gonna have to go Foster's.
Let's go.
I have to go Foster's. Honestly, Sweet Life, like I said, amazing show. Characters are great. Mr. Mosby was amazing. Honestly, one of the more funnier characters on the show. Foster's Home just hit different every time we watch it.
It did.
It
was so unique.
So unique for its time. I remember watching the pilot when it first came out. I was like, whoa, this is great. I already knew it was gonna be a great show. So Foster's, go ahead, move it. Are you ready to
All right. Next up, we have Ben 10, the OG version, versus Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I'll make mine quick. Like I said, Ben 10, I didn't watch. So I'm not going to vote for a show that I didn't watch or I didn't get into. So Courage for me.
Okay.
I watched both. I watched maybe every episode of both. I watched a lot of both. I there's no way in my right mind I can go against Courage.
Mm-hmm.
Courage was so good. Ben 10 was really good. I really enjoyed Ben 10, and I think it in its time didn't get a lot of love, and I think it's kind of catching up to it now. And I think that's a weird time. I could get a whole like rabbit trail off this, or rabbit hole. But I'm messing up everything I'm trying to say. But a lot of shows now that are popular are shows that aren't made right now. They're shows from a few years ago, or even like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think Ben 10's kind of catching on. The OG. Courage, man, it just the way that show was made is so good. That show is better. Courage.
Okay.
You know, there's one show that I just thought of right now when you were explaining that
Ooh,
that like nobody mentioned. You know the song. Do-do-do-do-do-do. He's a phantom. Do-do-do-do-do. Nobody mentioned Danny Phantom. Nobody mentioned Danny Phantom.
Sandy,
Great
that's
show.
literally what I said. Like, whenever we were looking at all of these votes and like tallying what was going to be like on the bracket, I literally looked at Koa and I was like, seriously, no one picked Danny Phantom? He literally turns into a freaking phantom and he's hot as a phantom. Like, he was like my first crush was Danny as the phantom.
I literally never watched one episode, so
I'm sickened.
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired with you.
Me too. Absolute trash.
I mean, I'm not opposed to watching it. I just never watched it.
No, we gotta educate you. All
Was
right.
Danny Phantom Disney?
Nickelodeon.
It was Nickelodeon.
Again, Cartoon Network kid.
Mm.
That's my
Okay.
downfall.
Kim Possible, which is Disney, versus Fairly Odd Parents, which is Nickelodeon.
I'll let you go, Ross.
I'm on upset alert. I got Kim Possible.
Okay.
I loved Kim Possible. I loved it then. I love it now. I think Fairly Odd Parents is good. I think is a really good show. It may be a 9 out of 10, but if it's a 9, Kim Possible's a 10.
Okay.
All right. Lindsay, get ready. I already know you're going to pick. But yeah, Fairly Odd Parents for me. I already mentioned Kim Possible. Just didn't watch it. Fairly Odd Parents, just my pick right there.
Okay. I gotta be honest, like, you already heard me do the spiel for Kim Possible. I just think this show is like so good. Not that Fairly Odd Parents isn't good. Fairly Odd Parents is also an amazing show. Kim Possible was just so different. Like, especially if you were a girl. Like, you're always used to the guys being the superheroes and the guys saving the day and the guys having like all this cool stuff. So the fact that they had a girl as like the main person in a TV show, like rescuing her guy best friend and like having this insane life while also being just like a normal cheerleader that has to deal with like the mean girls while she's defeating bad guys, like, I gotta go with Kim Possible.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't watch the show, but I know the song. Crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this left side of the bracket is insane.
All right. So we are down to our final 4. So we're going to start with SpongeBob and Courage's Cowardly Dog first.
Oh my gosh.
I have a lot more love for SpongeBob than I do Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's been said 100 times over, it feels like, already on this podcast.
Yeah.
With SpongeBob being an elite tier cartoon show in general.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to Courage at all. Amazing show on its own. But SpongeBob like was basically my childhood almost. I'm gonna go with SpongeBob.
Okay.
You know, shows that last a really long time are probably shows doing it right. And if shows aren't making new episodes now, they probably, didn't have the popularity to do so. The fact that SpongeBob is still making episodes and Courage isn't, I think, again, like Courage is A tier. I think SpongeBob is S tier.
It definitely holds up.
So and listen, spoiler alert, Lindsay picks SpongeBob. All right, so I may as well go SpongeBob and save the heartache.
Okay.
To the finals.
SpongeBob is in the finals.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, that's a hard one. Courage the Cowardly Dog is so good, but SpongeBob is just... SpongeBob's universal. You can watch it as like a little kid and not like catch all of like the more adult humor. You can watch it as an adult and like enjoy it more because you can see all the little things that you missed, And I don't know, Courage the Cowardly Dog, like I said, I have a huge soft spot for it, but if I turn on the TV, I'm probably going to watch SpongeBob over Courage the Cowardly Dog. So, right. So on the other side, we now have Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends versus Kim Possible.
You know what? Let's just call Imaginary Kids. I think that's better.
I think that rolls off the tongue better.
It does.
And because of that, my vote is never mind.
I didn't mean to snort.
Yeah, Foster's. You already know the steal.
Yeah.
The steal. Yes, the steal. The deal and the steal. And the steal of the bracket is Foster's over Kim Possible. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, Foster's Home. I ain't gotta explain it.
This is tough. This is a very tough decision. I like them both a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Kim Possible came on later for me. Foster's Home was in the moment. I watched a little Kim Possible then, but Foster's was what I was trying to watch when it was on. For that reason, I'm gonna go Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
I didn't think you were actually gonna do it.
I did it.
I didn't think you were actually gonna do it. I thought I thought it was gonna go to Lindsay and Kim Possible was gonna dance.
Sandy was already prepared.
In my head, I was already prepared, and it was gonna be an easy finals for me.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, like, and you gotta go with as a kid. What did you want to watch as a kid? Like, not now, as a kid. So, I think that's a good pick.
I don't even want to pick first. Ross, go.
Oh man. As you go through this bracket, you find out you have a lot of love for some of these shows, and I love Foster's Home a whole lot. Like, there weren't only just like funny moments, there were some emotional highs and lows. But I don't know if it compares to SpongeBob. Again, if Ed, Edd n Eddy were in the finals, I might have picked it over SpongeBob. Maybe. I didn't pick it in the moment, but I might have. I would have thought about it more. But to me, Foster's Home isn't as good as Courage. It isn't as good as Ed, Edd n Eddy. And I said SpongeBob was better than both. So I got to go SpongeBob.
Okay.
You make a really solid argument right there.
A really logical point.
Oh my goodness, this is really tough. And you mentioned the point earlier of longevity. Longevity, that's a word. Yes.
Longevity.
Longevity. Dude, it's 2 a.m. My brain is fried.
It sure is.
SpongeBob's been on 20 plus years?
Something like that, yeah.
Foster's lasted how much? 4 or 5?
5.
I'm not gonna base it just off of that, but that really shows you just how good of a show that SpongeBob is, and that it's lasted this long and still stands the test of time to this day. You know what I mean? Honestly, like if I could go back, I would watch both these shows. I would so watch both these shows.
Definitely.
100% like through the way through. SpongeBob would take me like 7 years to go through the whole show. But Foster's, I do it in about 2 weeks. But it's oh my god, I'm trying to stall this as much as I can because I genuinely cannot decide. If I had to pick one, it'd be SpongeBob.
Okay.
It would be SpongeBob.
There it is.
I have to stay with what I said earlier, with SpongeBob being my favorite TV show in general, not even cartoon show, TV
Right.
show in general. I did say that at the very beginning. That was the first show that I mentioned, one of two. I had to stick with it. I had to stick with my gut. SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Lindsay, that's a high quality image.
That is a high quality.
That thing is clean.
Thank you.
I mean, to me, SpongeBob, to me, out of all of these, is the most quotable because it has like the most moments. And again, it's been on the longest or whatever, but still, even if you're just talking about the same time span that all these were out, SpongeBob to me had so many more quotable moments that are so like still I'll laugh about. I literally quoted one to Lindsay yesterday. I don't remember what it was now, but yeah, SpongeBob is so good.
SpongeBob is the winner.
If this would have went to a tie, Lindsay, what would you have picked?
I honestly,
this is easy for Lindsay.
I've never seen Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, so if it would have went to a tie, I would have picked SpongeBob easily. All
right.
That's why I said, like, since you picked SpongeBob first in those two difficult rounds, I'm like, it doesn't matter what I say because SpongeBob is going to win.
Oh, man. You guys happy with this bracket?
I don't know how I feel.
I wish, I agree. I wish, to me, Ed, Nettie is the second best show here. I'm mad Pokemon's not on the list.
It's a shame that Ed, Nettie had to go up against SpongeBob second round.
It is.
That should have been finals. Yeah. Maybe even semi, I would have been okay with it.
Right. I'm a super biased Cartoon Network person. I'm surprised I went against Johnny Test. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I like Kim Possible.
That's crazy. I'm looking at these shows. I'm just like, yeah, this. For the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. For the most part, except the Kim Possible one, but it is what it is.
I gotta be honest. Like, we use the shows that the viewers provided, and of course, the way we did it to make it fair, we put a tally next to every show as it was mentioned. And so according to those tallies, this is how we set up the bracket. Was like, okay, well, this was voted the most, so it's got to be a 1 seed. This was voted the least, so it's got to be an 8 seed.
SpongeBob was the number one overall seed.
It was.
It had the most votes, and some were tied. And so Lindsay and I kind of placed them strategically. Like, I 100% put Johnny Test against Kim Possible because there's the same vibe kind of show.
We tried to put things that had
like Benton and Teen
vibes.
Titans.
Yeah.
Especially
Courage
the
and Cat Dog.
Yeah.
I can't get over how 4K that image is.
It's so good. Woo. All right.
Oh my goodness.
GG's, SpongeBob.
GG's indeed.
If I could have changed anything, I wish somehow we could have put SpongeBob against Ed, Nettie. But I still think SpongeBob probably would have won, if I'm being honest here.
I think Ed, Nettie should have gone on the other side.
Yeah.
Like,
if people would have voted for the good show, it could have.
And that's the thing, guys. If some of you are mad at the way this bracket was structured, guess what? Next week, I'm going to put out another questionnaire for something else about childhood nostalgia. So if you want your voices heard, vote on that questionnaire and put what you want in there. Okay?
Do something about it.
Yeah.
A little less talk, a lot more action.
Mm-hmm.
Toby Keith said that.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't know what to follow up that with.
Toby Keith said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that hit. Okay.
All right. That is going to wrap up the first episode of season 2. We hope you guys enjoyed listening and watching them solve this bracket. Like we said, if you didn't like some of the outcomes of this, we are going to be pushing out a questionnaire every single week for this season so that you guys can have your voices heard and these two can face off and argue the different points of whatever question we're pushing out. So make sure you are filling out that questionnaire every week so that your voice can be heard.
Also,
Go
if
ahead.
you're upset that I watch TV in the bathroom, get you a little TV and then come at me, okay?
Yeah. Take a dump, watch your show, you know.
It's simple.
Yeah.
I can't get over that. I just cannot. That's crazy to me. A TV in the. I've heard of a TV in like a dining room. I've heard of TV anywhere else. You know,
Hey,
a
don't knock it till you
bathroom, though.
try it.
A TV in the crapper.
I would get if like you put a TV on the wall and you were like in the bath taking a bubble bath or something.
We couldn't afford a wall, okay?
Oh, like an actual wall.
We didn't have any walls. We just had 4 walls on the
Couldn't
outside.
afford an actual wall.
We had the little box TV. It was just chilling on the stand. It was such a good setup, okay? But there was a sticker on the side. I can't remember what it was about, but it had a lit sticker on the side.
A thing of beauty.
It was. It might have been Atlanta Hawks, actually. I think we took that off.
It's a random team.
It is random. I don't know. Anyway.
We hope you guys enjoyed listening to this podcast, this episode. Like we said, if you have not, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Turn on that little bell icon. That way you can be notified every time a podcast is posted. And then if you enjoyed this episode, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you have any ideas for us down below, don't forget to leave a comment. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, and any future ideas that we can do. We hope you enjoyed listening. Sandy, Koa, you want to add anything else?
Ed, Ed, Nettie, R.I.P. I still love you.
Okay.
Should have been the finals.
Should have been in the finals.
Beautiful. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Salt and Sand. We hope you enjoyed this week's discussion. Before you go, don't forget to follow Koa and Sandman on their Twitch and YouTube channels. You can find Koa on Twitch as BossRoss and on YouTube as BossRoss Gaming. Sandman can be located on Twitch as iSandmanLive and on YouTube as Sandman. Take it easy, and we'll see you next week.